finally time. We got a brand new front bumper, and it's so overdue, it's not even funny. I've got a very interesting story to tell you about why it took so long to actually get it and to actually make it happen. I need to run a couple errands. We are pretty low on gas, so we're gonna head to the gas station and get some gas. So I will see you guys there. Alright, made it back from the gas station. So before we start anything at all, I want to kind of explain the story and the build-up of why this took so long to happen, because the first thing that I ever planned to do to this car was the front bumper. Obviously that didn't happen, and here's why. So it starts back, I'd say 2 months ago. I had made a couple uploads about it as well, or me talking about it. So I had wanted to buy a brand new bumper because obviously the one that was on it cannot be repaired. And to do that, I wanted to do it right. So I wanted to do OEM, obviously Acura, no fiberglass eBay stuff. Plus I heard eBay, even though it's cheap, they'll come folded. I didn't want to take a chance on that, so the first thing I did was go to AcuraExpress.com. Now, if you don't know what that is basically a warehouse of OEM Acura parts, like OEM part numbers, everything like legit stuff. So obviously that's where I wanted to go. And so I went there. And of course they had one, or they said they had one for 05, 06, mainly 06. I didn't need all the accessories, so I just needed the bumper cover. The bumper cover, and that was it. All my plastics are fine, fog lights, I don't have any, so I just needed the cover. So that was $250 for the cover, which is pretty fair, but shipping was like $350. So I'm sitting there at like $600 out the door, not painted. That is an issue because that is a lot of money. But I bit the bullet, and I paid, what, $600 to have it shipped. That was ridiculous of me. Looking back now, why did I do that? But, so they said they'd give me a tracking number, shipping number, all that stuff, as soon as they could, like any other company would. And so I ordered it, and it was about a week. I give it a week and a half, and I didn't get an email. I was waiting for one. I'm like, man, what's taking so long? It should have shipped by now at least. And so I actually checked my email, and sure enough, there was an email. I didn't see it, so it was like a couple days old. And their email read this. It said, yeah, here's your money back. We're issuing you a refund because this bumper is not available, blah, blah, blah. Say we can let you know when one's available. I was like, no, it's probably not going to be available. It's an old bumper. They probably don't have any. So they got my money back. And it was weird because it took like a week for them to say it wasn't available when they could have just put on the website it wasn't available. So that's a week wasted, but at least I got my money back at this point. So next, I am like, well, I got a second chance now. I got my money back. See if I can find something cheaper, maybe something local. Nothing local. Obviously, I'm living in Missouri. No, there's nothing. No RSX, what's that? Nothing. So I go on a Facebook group and look for if anyone's selling a bumper, just a bumper cover for cheap, maybe one painted, not damaged, whatever. And I find this guy selling one in Florida, $180 shipped in the box still. He said he didn't need it. He sold his car or something. I didn't care. All I cared about was it was in really good shape for $180 shipped, which is insane of a deal. So I'm like, hey, I'll take it. $180 shipped, I'll take it. Look at that, paid him. We worked out a payment, paid him, $180 shipped. I paid him late in the day, so he said the next business day he would go get a tracking number and ship it off. So I was like, okay. Waited the next day, and sure enough, he texted me saying, sorry, but I didn't realize shipping was going to be $400. Now, I had already paid $180, and on his ad, it said $180 shipped. So I could have just been like, hey man, buyer's expense, you need to do it. Or not buyer, seller's expense. I paid my half, you pay yours. It's your fault you didn't look at shipping. But he offered a refund, so I was like, you know what? I'm not going to be a dick. Let me just take the refund. I'll go look for something else. It's no big deal. It sucked that I'm having this much of an issue finding a bumper. So I got my money back, whatever. And by the way, if you're watching this, if that was you, I'm not bashing you or anything. It's just very unfortunate that I would go to Acura Express, didn't have one, order this one, not it. Just two things in a row, just not adding up. So now I'm left to, there's nothing around me. Nobody's selling one local because shipping companies want $400 to ship a package that weighs like probably 30 pounds. I don't know. It's ridiculous. I don't know what's going on. I almost give up. I'm like, you know what? I don't know if I'm gonna get a bumper for this. So now the problem is, I order one from a guy from work, right? He's the guy that bought the TSX bumper, so obviously it's trustworthy. He said he orders from one locally for free shipping, so he charges me $290 for the front bumper, and shipping is free. So I couldn't pass that up. So $290. The problem here is, you're probably wondering, well, it's been like 2 months since that I posted that video of me looking for a bumper, and I said I ordered it like the next day. What's going on? Yeah, that bumper took about 2 weeks to get here. And the first bumper that came was damaged, so we sent it back. Had to wait 2 more weeks for another bumper. It was in good condition, and yeah, painted it up. Everything's fine now. So that was kind of the story about how it took so long to get the bumper and my frustrations, but it's all good now. So anyways, perfect timing. Tyler just got here with all the tools, so we're going to take the old bumper off, which it's already off, but we're gonna do fender liners as well. I'm going to show you guys everything I got. We're not just doing a bumper. So we're going to be doing the bumper, the fender liners, pretty much fog lights as well, and just getting into it. So sorry if that was kind of boring. I just kind of wanted to put that out there, and kind of like an excuse, not an excuse, but a reason why it took that long to get the bumper here, and the reason why it took like 2 months to make a video about how I finally got a new bumper. I'm super excited. At the car, it's gonna look 10 times better. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, the old bumper is officially off. Yeah, the thing is so bad. That vanity plate I bought at IFO is barely hanging on. I was surprised it didn't fall off on the highway one of these days. So new ones right here in the grass. But first, before we do the bumper, we got to replace fender liners, because look at this. That is terrible. So to do that, we need to move the bumper out of the way and jack it up, probably right in the front, so we can do both sides at the same time. So yeah, it's super hot too. I'm already sweating. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. We got both sides in. This side over here actually fits a lot better than the other side for some reason. So this should be all good to go. Next we got to do the bumper, so we're gonna put the fog lights in and then line everything back up. That should be good to go. All right, so after about 40 minutes with the bumper, we finally got the fog lights in, so it looks like an actual bumper now. They're in there pretty good. So now we just got to put the bumper on the car, the wheels on, and then test that out, see if the fender liner rubs at all. I don't think it will, but we'll see.
Alright, here we go.
Oh yeah. Dude, those fog lights look good. I think it completes the bumper.
Yeah.
Well, now we need to torque them down and go see if they rub. All right, hopefully she don't rub. We're gonna go test it out. So far, so good. Let's do nothing. Okay. I don't think it's gonna rub, but we'll fucking try that anyways. See if we can go like nothing. Dude, there's nothing. I don't know if I'll ever have it at full lock. Like just driving around, there's no reason to have it at full lock. Even then, I don't know if it'll rub. Are we good? I think we're good. Is it anything hanging down, you see? That's in there pretty good. See underneath. I think we did good. Doesn't even make any peep. So the fender liner doesn't look bad from afar. With the wheels on, you don't really notice the fender liner poking out. Like here a little. This was the only spot I was worried about, but it's good. But there's nothing there.